Tropical Storm Lee on the desk tonight. We have both parish presidents from neighboring parishes, Charlotte Randolph from Lafourche, Michel Claudet from Terrebonne Parish, and we have some video and pictures to show you. It's all tonight on Bayou Time.
Deep in the heart of the bayou, we are gathered here tonight. Now it's time for action, 'cause our lives are on the line. Tonight we'll do our very best to break through all the bureaucratic mess. The time has come tonight, 'cause it's Bayou time. Show what Louisiana's all about.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Martin Folse. Both parish presidents in the house tonight. We'll start with Lafourche Parish, Charlotte Randolph. How's the day been for you today? A little better than yesterday, or what?
A little better than yesterday. We still have some standing water in areas. And in fact, a quick note, as we were coming up here, the exit from 90 to 182 is closed. The water there is too high. That's the only area I know about that's completely closed at this time.
Okay, and Michel, how's your day been?
Well, actually, we started out fine this morning. We ended up getting together to do dewatering plans, damage assessments. Then we took off on an airplane flight around the parish so we could see the amount of water there. And we landed around 4 o'clock, and there have been some new developments out there, which I'm not completely sure of,
right.
and we'll be able to answer. But for the most part, I think we came out as well as we could expect.
We now turn to Charlotte Randolph, and you have a little PowerPoint presentation for us, so educate us a little bit here as we go along.
Well, when things finally quieted down today, we decided to put a lot of the pictures together so that people who lived in different areas of the parish would understand what was happening elsewhere. So what you'll be seeing are different scenes throughout the parish, some mitigating measures, some just simple problems that we had in the area as well. And we start with the Intercoastal Canal. This is really becoming a problem now every time there's southerly winds or a system like this. And HESCO baskets are becoming the thing to use in the future. You fill these things up with sand and you leave them there. There are 2 shipyards on the Intercoastals in our area, so we really had to close off those areas.
And we saw them work, well, they didn't have to work for the river flooding, but we saw them everywhere in preparation for the river
particularly
flooding.
in Morgan City. Yeah,
Right.
the Corps brought a lot of them down. This is the Intercoastal overflowing its banks, and as you'll see in later shots, that's the reason that LA 24 and 3235 closed, because the water got over LA 24. Bayou des Allemands is an area that we've been sandbagging since Thursday, because we knew that would be a bad area. In fact, to give people an example, the water got up as far as Spore's back door in des Allemands, so there was quite a bit of water there. And there's a couple more pictures of des Allemands in there as well. You know, just seeing those waves in that area. And Jason, if you go along a little bit, there's a considerable amount of sandbags as you get farther down. That's what I'm talking about, and we keep replenishing them. And then the next shot shows the water on the road in that area. We do have, the engineer is in design right now to build a seawall. We do have about $4 million in CDBG money to fix this problem, but hopefully this will be the last of the season, and therefore we can be prepared much better for next year. This is Bayou Lafourche, amazing. It's very seldom you see Bayou Lafourche creeping toward LA1 or 308, and this weather pushed in water from all over, as well as the amount of rain that came through. The next slide is the Butch Hill boat launch, and you can see that the boat launch for it, the launch port is completely covered, and we actually shut down all the boat launches at one point in time, so that not just because of launching, but because of wake. We didn't want additional wake into people's homes. Highway 1, this is below the floodgates in Golden Meadow. Saturday morning, I believe this was, we went down, and you see this one and the next one, you can see debris in the water, which is why we had to hold off on opening LA1, because there's bottles in there, there's all kinds of things that could flatten the tire, and this is what it looked like all the way to the new elevated bridge.
How'd your road hold up? Was there any undermining of the road?
No,
That's
the only undermining was south of Fourchon. Between Fourchon and Grand Isle, there was a part of the shoulder that eroded, and DOTD was taking care of this. This is where I was talking about with LA 24 and 32, 35. That's water coming from the Intracoastal. So it went quite a distance. Same thing here. There was a business there that the water came awfully close. This too as well. The Berg shortcut is so commonly used from people, particularly in the southern part of the parish.
Right.
So this really stymied traffic for a while. But the water rushed in, but it is now open.
Used by a lot of Houma people too.
Yeah. And these are just a couple more shots of LA 24.
Wow. What was that? Go back to that shot. What was
That was closer to the Intracoastal.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
And then the next slide you see is the Lockport boat launch, I believe, Jason.
It all looked like a boat launch.
Yeah. I mean, this was coming in from the Company Canal and by Lafourche, both areas. At the end of this, we have some graphs that show you the difference in the tide levels, and you can see where it's certainly a problem.
That Company Canal was on everybody's mind. What was the deal with the mayor putting some gate, and then other people worried that would flood them? Are you familiar with what I'm talking about? A lot of people were asking me about it, but I wasn't sure the dynamics of it or anything.
There's a saltwater structure there.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But nothing happened with all of that.
No. And in fact, we do have some graphs from that, okay, which will show you the different levels of the water throughout this event.
Okay.
This is where I talked about today, that coming over here, it's this whole area is inundated right now, and especially the exit to 182 exit is just it's actually higher than it was yesterday when I came today. So it's just getting, we're not out of the woods yet when it comes to water still standing. This Layton Pump Road is in the Thibodaux area. We just upgraded a lot of the mechanics in that Layton pump, but of course you can't stop water from coming in, and so we just had to wait until that subsided before we really began pumping people out. St. Charles Bypass, this also too has been a problem. You can see the amount of water in people's yards. We've had reports that some water did get in. We certainly sent people out today as best we could to assess the situation and determine if anyone needed any more assistance.
So that's about as close as you get on the right, huh?
Yeah.
And that's when you can see when people don't want people making waves to get in there. That's about as close as you get.
That's right. And naturally, as they did here in Terrebonne, many people took their cars to higher ground just to save those vehicles as well. What you'll see next is just a list of streets that we've identified as having problems. And Jason, we can go through these fairly quickly because they cover so many areas of the parish, and it's just a list. But it shows you that this was This was throughout the parish. It was not concentrated in one area, and certainly something that we are very.
Total. Thibodeau had 15 inches.
Yeah, this is dramatic. Chack Bay had 12. Galliano had almost as much as Thibodeau.
Yeah.
These are the gauges at our field offices. It rained. We were very fortunate. Excuse me.
And remember, Thibodeau drains through Terrebonne.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, as does Thibodeau and Assumption through our Terrebonne Lafourche Drainage Canal.
I knew it was a lot. I knew it would be 12, 13, 15. I mean,
Which is why this event is not over. Both of us are anticipating what's going to happen in the next couple of days when that water begins to crawl down to our areas, and we're definitely watching that very carefully.
we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll let Terrebonne Parish President Michel Claudet tell you what he saw from the air today. And we'll also roll in some footage we got from a resident of Terrebonne Parish as he talks about it. We'll be right back. Don't go away.